When Robert Kiyosaki took the stage for the first time, he said, "I knew this time would come, and the world has never been here before." He said that we are living in one of the most dangerous times in history. Since there has never been a global economy before, there is no way to compare it to anything else. For example, you know that a crash in the stock market in England that happened 100 years ago didn't affect anyone. Now that the United States is failing, the whole world is failing. And when you add in social media and everything else we do now, we have never been in this position before. He is very happy about it because he makes more money when prices go down than they go up. The average person, on the other hand, will die out because of this. He hopes he's wrong, but he thinks that a global depression is coming for our world, and this makes him feel scared. Global depression shows that people are going through a situation that is not favorable. If the economy keeps going down, it will be hard to get back on track. And now for some good news. People who are better prepared will do better when they face problems like these. During the last crisis, in 2008, you might remember that I was on the Wolf Blitzer show 6 months before Lehman Brothers went bankrupt. I said that Lehman would fail during that appearance, but no one paid attention to me. So, he has been expecting for a long time that this market will go down. And he cares about other people in the world, but as you know, most Americans don't know much about the rest of the world. They have no idea what is going on. But if you travel around the world, like he did recently, you will see that people are scared. He just got back from trips to China, Japan, New Zealand, and Africa. Australia hasn't had a recession in the last 30 years. But even though most Americans aren't educated, don't care about anything, and are having a great time, he worries about them. He thinks that you can go hungry as an adult, but as a parent, you don't want to see your kids go hungry. If he had his own kids, this would make him feel very scared. And that's exactly what will happen. The dollar from the United States is fake. We keep making more of this money, even though there has never been a fake currency that stayed around for very long in the history of the world. When he wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad about 25 years ago, people said he didn't know what he was talking about and shouldn't have written about such a subject. He said that savers would lose, and now quantitative easing is the same as printing fake money. And even though interest rates are currently at zero, people are still saving money. Because the repo market is going down, they just printed $500 billion in September of this year. He has always complained about how our schools work. Why don't we show people how to manage their money? And why don't we teach people about money even though we all use it? So that's why he's worried and why he wrote the book, Who Stole My Pensions? Robert Kiyosaki wrote it because he and Edward Seidel both had fathers who had lost everything. Robert Kiyosaki's father also went through this when Robert was in his 20s. He was so upset by what happened that he swore he would never let anyone else treat him like that again. When he got back from Vietnam in 1973, his father didn't have a job. He spends a lot of time traveling around the world. One event that had a big impact on him becoming the person he is now was when he took his younger brother to Argentina. Both of them came back to the United States as completely different people. Robert Kiyosaki's brother says that Robert was dead serious when he said that things in question. His brother couldn't understand how something similar to what was going on in Argentina could happen in our country. So he says, the worry people have now is that they think they are smarter because they remember what happened in 2008. People do remember what happened in the years 2000 and 2008. He thinks that most people are at least a little aware of what's going on now that we've reached this day. He is terrified that it will fall, but he still hopes it won't. After the 2008 financial crisis, Robert Kiyosaki became wealthier than he had ever been in his life. This shows that the time right after an event like this is the best time to start a new business, because everyone ran and hid when they saw him, like ants. Robert Kiyosaki says that the economy will soon take a turn for the worse. So, the next crash is going to be terrible. He doesn't belong to either the Republican Party or the Democratic Party because he doesn't trust the government. He likes Trump, but neither of them can do anything to help anyone. He told people not to believe that the government will look out for their best interests. You need to take precautions to make sure that if the system goes down, you will still be safe no matter who else is in the office. The most important thing for you to take care of is this. No matter who is the president, You don't change your plan. He said they don't have any effect on him at all. He repeated that we shouldn't adjust our strategy based on current leaders. Robert Kiyosaki has little stock market experience due to his real estate background. Because he owns businesses, the Rich Dad Corporation can weather economic storms, and his apartment complexes always do well. He works in oil because it's profitable and he thinks everyone should have a home. He said he always protects his assets to prevent loss. The interviewer asked Robert Kiyosaki, if the average individual watching this right now responds, "Robert, I'm not like you. I don't have oil, a brand, a firm, 41 million book sales, or rental properties. What can I do? I'm in a moment like this, and you're telling me that the market is going to crash soon because of the currency, and that we printed $500 billion in September alone, not to mention $3 trillion in the last 7 years. How can I prepare for this?" Well, first of all, everyone can do something, Robert Kiyosaki said. He feels Americans are too comfortable and America is wrong. His first investment was a Hong Kong gold coin. That gold coin is over $2,000. He distrusts dollars. He saved gold and silver for most of his life, earning millions. That is the reason why he is saving gold and silver coins. Everyone can now buy a $20 silver coin. How many individuals buy $20 silver eagles at coin shops? Unlikely. 1/10 of Americans hold precious metals. Silver is 50% below its peak. Silver is currently the greatest deal. At $28, it should reach 50%. His friends say they'll consider $20. That's the problem. Even kids can afford $20, but they won't. Most people stay put and repeat the same activities. Happiness won't help. Robert Kiyosaki is talking about what his doctor told him. He has been telling this doctor friend for 25 years that his doctor never listened to him. He is now asking Robert, "What should I do?" The average firefighter has a pension worth about $1.2 million, but it's empty. What he meant was that they would get $1.2 million. They can't pay the benefits because they don't have the money. Wall Street took it from him. In 2030, 2 billion baby boomers will retire around the world. Japan, China, Italy, Germany, and Argentina are all broke. All these old guys are retiring, and so is the stock market. Robert Kiyosaki lives in a pretty exclusive place in South Carolina, and he was talking to his friends there. They say they love Trump, and the stock market is at an all-time high, and the same goes with our debt. So they keep an eye on the stock market but not on the debt and repo markets. One of the biggest markets in the world is the repurchase market. The Fed is now saving that one. So most Americans watch the stock market but don't really know what's going on. So that's why he wrote, "Who Stole My Pension?" This means that retirees, their children, and taxpayers will pay for the theft of those who stole their money. Robert Kiyosaki said that you can't make money by buying gold coins. He likes to buy gold coins because he thinks the dollar will lose value. So that's why he doesn't believe the dollar. Robert Kiyosaki agreed and told the interviewer to be ready in the next 6 to 12 to 24 months if he buys gold. He thinks that something bad is going to happen. To buy businesses and put them back together is a hard thing to do, and if a person, for example, will not be wise enough to handle the finances, then he'll go inside after the crash, and he's going to go to a situation where he can lose everything. What can you say about what you just listened to from Mr. Robert Kiyosaki? What are the things you learned about, and how are you planning to put action when it comes to your own financial management? We hope this video helped you somehow. Please share some of your thoughts in the comment section down below. We would love to see them. Stay tuned for more informative videos about financial management.